Hey y'all, Stephen Talbot here, and I am attempting to make my first loaf of made from scratch bread. So here we go. First, I've got a cup of warm water. Between 105 and 110 degrees is what you want it. So I just heated up my faucet and held my digital thermometer until it reached like 107. And so this is 2.9. Well, hell, the temperature's dropped a little bit. Let me refresh the water real quick. Okay, let's try it again. Now it's perfect, 106. I don't know if it's that important, but they say it's best between 105 and 110 for the yeast to do its thing. So first, we're going to need 2 teaspoons of plain white granulated sugar. Sugar, baby, sugar. So we're just going to do 2. And this is going to feed the yeast. And I'm just using active dry yeast. You can buy this little package real cheap. She's not terrible. Let me get the scissors. Some scissors. Hold up. Okay, let me try this again because I put the sugar in this big bowl of water, and I don't need all the water right now for the yeast. Fake it till you make it, girl. You're gonna get it right eventually. So we're going to take the teaspoons of sugar. 1, 2, and then we're gonna add tablespoon of the warm water. Okay, and then we're going to dump the yeast packet right in here. There's no need to mix it, you just sprinkle it on top. And the sugar will feed the yeast in about 1 to 3 minutes. This will get real bubbly and sudsy like, which means it's ready. So I'll be right back. Okay, now it's time to make our dough. So we're going to take a large mixing bowl, and we're going to get 3 cups of flour. It doesn't have to be like super exact, like you don't need to necessarily level it out. If it has a little extra flour, that's fine. I know I'm not a big baker. This is really the first time I'm doing something homemade. But I know with some baking, like the measurements have to be exactement, like by the gram, honey. But this ain't that importante. Alright, there's our 3 cups of flour. Okay. And then we need 1.5 teaspoons of salt, which my teaspoon won't fit, so I'm going to use the half teaspoon. 3 of these. Nice kosher granulated salt. 1, 2, 3. Oh shit. Okay, and then we're going to add in our yeast. Okay, and we're going to drizzle in our warm water while we stir. I'm going to use a spatula, a rubber spatula. And we're going to slowly drizzle it in as we mix this up. Just makes it easier to kind of come together by doing it slowly. You want to get as much of that flour mixed into the water as you can. Again, if it's extra floury, it's okay. We're going to work it in whether we need it. Just keep on keeping on. I mean, it looks very floury right now, so we're going to keep adding water. And then we're going to work the dough. Now, the hardest part about this is going to be kneading the dough, because you have to do it with some muscle for about 10 to 15 minutes. If you have a kitchen stand mixer like a KitchenAid or something, you can do it in there, and that will make it much, much easier. But I don't have one yet. But my aunt's actually giving me one tomorrow. She moved, and she's giving me her food chopper, her food processor, KitchenAid, the large stand mixer with the meat grinder attachment, and the pasta attachment, and all that, and an immersion blender. And she already gave me her Foodie Ninja. Honey, she turned it into a chef, bitch. I've fallen so in love with cooking, something that I used to think was an inconvenience. Now I actually enjoy doing it and enjoy different things, and I'm really good at it. I think my food tastes fabulous. Makes me kind of like want to look into getting a food truck or something. Come up with a few signature food truck items, girl, and set sail. I'm not going to bore y'all. I'll be back when this is done. Okay, I think I washed my hands. I think this is going to be easier for me just to go for it. With my hands, yeah, this is much easier. See, it's coming together slowly but surely. I'll be back when I get it together before we start kneading it. Okay, I've been working this dough and it's still really, really sticky. So I'm just gonna keep adding flour, like a tablespoon at a time. Again, if it's too floury, that's not an issue. But we want to get the stickiness gone. So I'm going to keep working it. Okay, so it's not sticky now. So it's forming a nice dough. Now we need to just work it and knead and knead and knead it. So I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to sprinkle some flour on my work surface here. I'm going to leave the flour out because I may need some more of it. Okay. So, just want to coat it. And then you want to flip it, put it on top of itself, and push away. And keep doing that. And this just activates the yeast and gets it yeasty. By the way, if you buy instant yeast, you can actually throw that directly into your dry ingredients. You don't need to mix it with a tablespoon of water, hot water or warm water, and let it sit with the sugar. You can just pour it directly into your dry ingredients. But I didn't have the instant yeast. I had the active yeast. And both work just as well, I've read. I'm not sure if there's a price difference. I've never bought instant yeast. I don't guess I've ever noticed it. Well, I haven't really been shopping for yeast much, so there's that. hope this turns out good because it's going to be my first time making a loaf of bread. Alright, you want to keep doing this, no kidding, for 10 to 15 minutes. And I might take a break every once in a while because my arms are already tired. Again, if you have a stand-up kitchen mixer, you can throw this in there and have this do all that for you in minutes. So I'll be back. And by the way, basically, you want to knead it. See how all this has cracks in it everywhere? You want to keep working into all these crevices, cracks, and nanny cracks come out, and it gets totally smooth. See, there's still cracks in it everywhere. Okay, it still has a couple cracks in it, but all in all, it's pretty smooth. I formed it into a ball. Again, this is not going to be perfect because I'm doing it by hand. If you had a kitchen stand mixer, this would be much smoother than this, but my arms are worn out, and hopefully it'll still turn out okay. So I got my little bread dough ball. Next up, we are going to take my Foodie Ninja pot. Let me grab some olive oil. And I'm going to put about a tablespoon of olive oil right in the bottom. Then I'm going to kind of swish it around. And then I'm going to take the whatever size this is the bottom to you. Mine both look kind of the same. Well, this is more rougher, so I'm going to take the top part and just coat it in the olive oil and rub it around the bottom of the pan. So it's got olive oil all over the top. Then I'm going to take out the ball and just flip it on its side. So then you have that. Okay, next I'm going to take a cheesecloth. And there's just 2 layers, or 1 layer. I can't tell. No, there's a single layer. So I'm going to take some cheesecloth. I'm going to cut it. Well, shit. I need some tension on it to cut it. And these are sharp as scissors. Cheesecloth is not easy to cut. Okay, I'm going to dampen this with some warm water. I'm going to wring out the excess water. You just want to kind of just damp. This is going to keep it from drying out as it proofs. And then we're just going to place this right on the top of the bread. So it looks like that. Then I'm going to pop this over. Let me turn the camera around so you can see. Okay, so now I'm going to just put this pot in the Instant Pot. Close the lid. Power. Then I'm going to go to proof. And we're going to do 95 degrees for 30 minutes. And we're going to hit start and let it do its thing. And we'll be back in 30 minutes. And it should have doubled in size by then. Okay, it finished proofing. And then I reformed it back into a ball, cut some slots into it. Now I'm just going to take it, put it right in the middle. turn this on and bake it for 30 minutes. Okay, so again, this is the first time I'm doing this. So the top of it was getting really crusty and the middle of it's not done. So I'm going to loosely tint the top because the bake part is the bit thing is at the top. So I'm going to tint it so that the top doesn't get more brown and then the other parts can get brown or get done. Okay, so I cut the bread. The center was not done, but the top was burning. First time, I'll do better next time. But it still tastes pretty good.